Okay, so I got a Bitcoin warning for you guys and how this can affect Mara stock and MSTR stock. So we're going to break it down, but this warning it also leads up to a very good buying opportunity that I talked about in previous videos, which I will be once again repeating, and I personally will be taking advantage of this if the opportunity presents itself. Only if it presents itself. I am not forcing any trades. I did take a little bit of a day trade today. Here it is. It was very similar to yesterday, where the one I showed you guys yesterday, because we had strong bullish momentum. It was absolutely the same. We were holding very nicely micro supports if you guys are paying attention to the shorter time frame. But on top of that, there was just a lot of momentum in the overall market as well, where it became very obvious to me. And if I look at the bigger picture of this chart, we still can fill more of these value gaps, which we ended up doing today perfectly. But I got out early. I was not FOMOed into this. I knew why I got in. I knew why I got out. So I got in. There was enough. It was back here. There was enough momentum. It became very obvious to me. I ended up closing. So we went up over the last like 24 hours. Basically, we were trading up higher. So this move up, we held micro support, and then from there we popped, and it was very likely. If I showed you guys this area yesterday where we had this extension zone, showing that hey, with early momentum, early structures, we can easily extend this area. At this point, I have no solid extension higher. There's not much above us besides the 128k price target, which I explained this in a previous video, and I explain again in a future one soon. But then we also have the all-time high swing high, which is currently acting as resistance, but that's not what I'm really focused on. I'm focused on what's coming up soon, what already came by, which was these value gaps overlapping nicely with the extension I gave you guys ahead of time, and we filled it. I got out of that trade. It was a little bit over 300 in profits for this low day trade because I just wanted to capture early morning momentum. The moment we went up and hit the smaller picture swing high, the top of the wick, the moment the price hit that, I got out. I am not here to be hopeful. I understand we had more room for this extension, but I am in no means interested in being hopeful. If we already are in resistance and we're like pretty much pushing this resistance quite a lot, there's no reason for me to be aggressive or be hopeful or hold trade longer than originally intended, which was a few minutes of a day trade basically. But we filled these value gaps. Finally, we filled the extension higher. So at this point for Bitcoin, the warning is that in the short, we obviously can keep going higher. But if I have more reasons to believe, and remember guys, it's just my own opinion. I like to share with you guys what I'm doing. So please do your own research and your own due diligence. I'm just here to show you guys what I'm personally doing. Please don't copy, just use this as entertainment. But yeah, I've been noticing on the 3-day heat map, BTC USDT perpetuals on Binance. We have a really nice strong, basically at 116.5k liquidation wall, potential support. And the reason this is significant for me at least is because I updated this just before recording. I moved it higher to factor in the high that we saw today within this structure. So it shows that a correction, and we're very, very separated from the 120 moving average. That doesn't mean anything, but I like to say this a lot. Because I see it more often than not, where Bitcoin tends to flirt and trade around the 120 moving average as it continues a trend into whatever direction. In this case, it's to the upside. So the 120 moving average nicely around 116.5k. Correction or corrective support area for this entire move, comes down to 116.3k as the median area for this retracement. That's the 0.5 retracement. So I'm very much focused on this. This will also allow, because the price has been trending higher, it can allow a discounted RSI opportunity as well as we near the 120 moving average and into this accumulation zone. So I am treating this. I am not looking into any short-term longs or any short-term swing trade longs. What I am more interested in is price coming down into a proper correction. So I'll keep updating this if the price goes up higher, but as of right now, this is the proper correction just on my own charts. So when the price comes down, I'll be looking at some longs with IBIT and BitU. It's as simple as that, right? I have no reason to get in now. I mean, we actually filled this a lot sooner than I thought, the value gaps right here. So this is filled. Obviously this one's filled too. So at this point, I'm just looking for a solid buying opportunity because the chances of this holding a higher low is now, with yesterday's reasoning I gave, it's even now more likely, at least in my opinion, because we didn't just break over the swing high, but we hit these value gaps. The amount of strength in it right now makes it very likely to hold a higher low. And then going up into the 128K area. So again, my warning is in the short term, like there's a lot of pressure potentially for the price to have a correction, but this can provide a really solid buying opportunity. At least that's how I'm seeing it, and that's how I will be taking advantage of it as well. When it comes to Mara stock, right, and then we'll jump into MSTR. For Mara stock, this is getting ready to drop, in my opinion. I mean, I gave you guys so many reasons and so many in previous videos. I'm just gonna get straight to the point on this one. Mara stock is looking for a corrective move. Ideally, though, I mean, we can easily keep trending higher. My target to start taking profit on, at least overall profit, when it comes to this accumulation zone, I mentioned in previous videos. Again, very simple to this accumulation zone. Because this one we had an extension to take profit. The accumulation opportunity we had back here. Remember, these are hourly candles. The take profit was actually a value gap. This was much different because we were trying to capture upside profit from trying to capture a low, which we did perfectly. This one, although was just a higher low potential with extension take profit, this is another higher low potential with its extension take profit. So the idea here is that we can still hit $20. I mean, I would not be greedy. The moment we hit $20, the further the price goes up, I don't think anyone should be greedy whatsoever. I believe that you should be taking profits very quickly because, oh man, it can easily reverse back down super quick. It can even do it a lot quicker than this reversal down. I'm not saying it's going to extend it, but I'm saying the moment we break 20, consider taking profits just based on your own risk management. To me, it's telling me, yeah. But we can easily continue up there. We can go directly, but more realistically, we'll probably see the RSI bottom out, coming down to the 120 moving average, currently around $17.75. This is a higher low potential. I'm not saying to go hard here. I'm not going to be going hard in with longs right here. My intention is to have small exposure to continue trading short-term swings, backing up the overall accumulation zone that we had back here, right? So there's a swing trade and there's a phone call. That's not part of the trade. Okay, so the thing is, there's a potential for that, but I don't want to be aggressive because this whole move has been hyped. External factors. I explained this a lot in previous videos and in last video as well. But the idea here is that we can easily come back down to trade within these value areas down here that we have. Bitcoin tends to really like to hold in this area. But again, any more potential upside, if you didn't get in back here, at least, when I was making videos on it, if we come down here, there's a potential for a long trade. I'm not saying it will go straight up to 20. I'll be very cautious about it, but at least short term, more conservative take profit will be a retracement from the swing high down to however low this dip can go. Now, it's very likely that this support area will break and we can revisit this swing low, for example. But that's why position sizing is so important right here. Position sizing, understanding the downside pressure that can be building up in Mara, regardless of what Bitcoin does. I'm looking to short this, just not yet. I want to see if we can break below the swing low to short. But ideally, if we just go up, break over 20, so we can lock in all of our longs from back here. Then at that point, well, I'll be looking at taking shorts within this area conservatively as well, position sizing. When it comes to MSTR stock, right? So this is the thing about MSTR stock. There are some wave structures in here. I mean, if we want to be real simple about it, we can do this. Just capture the first proper correction, because even though, if you guys just, look at my retracement real quick, it didn't break into the retracement, but it did fill a value gap, and that's good enough for me as well. These retracements and extensions are just tools. They do not guarantee anything. It's just a way to measure, at least the way I use it is to measure the health of a current structure. Us actually filling this value gap right here was good enough as well. But regardless, the price went up higher. It didn't hold resistance within this area. So now if we look at this overlapping blue extension overlapping within the retracement, we still have a bit of room if Bitcoin wants to continue stretching and influence this stock, which isn't completely correlated. But if it wants to influence it to go up higher, I mean, I'm just trying to say that we couldn't break over the swing high right here. I mean, we couldn't even break it back here either. So there's 3 tests. It's very likely we can just start breaking down. I can reuse this area actually. I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna show you guys. So it's just from the swing low to the swing high. There's a potential for a higher low to form, because if it comes down to the 120 moving average and it wants to hold a higher low, we can just max out this area. But the idea is, what I'm trying to say is that if anyone, at least in my opinion, I'm going to say it how I view it. I am not interested in taking any short-term longs on MSTR right now. Like, forget about I covered the bigger picture in a previous video. What matters right now is the short term, because the macroeconomic, influence on this is crazy. But the idea is that if we extend this higher, I mean, we're already very risk high for a corrective move, at least back down to roughly like 325, 330. But the higher we go into this, I mean, if you were buying back here within this accumulation area that I cut out previously, I mean, take profit early. Like we took profit very early. Resistance ended up breaking, so it could have been better. But we're not here to be greedy. We're just here to capture what's realistic. At this point, I'm looking for a retracement. But if we just tend to, I would not get FOMO'd. FOMO is very high right now, very easy to fall into. If this continues to trade up higher, just understand it can trade all the way up to basically 373. I mean, this is an overall resistance area too, this blue. So it can go all the way up to 378. But I'm saying the closer we get to around 375, it doesn't mean it's going to go up, continue. It's not going to just continue higher. It's just FOMO. It's if the rules of trading in the market, buy low, sell high, the price is up. We're high. I mean, right now, at least from my chart, my super simple analysis here with simple retracements and extensions, the risk of the price having a reversal within this area is very high. Instead of being hopeful, let's see if the price goes up higher for a potential short opportunity. But instead of being hopeful and buying longs right now, let's just focus on other tradable assets, right? Until this becomes a much more attractive trade opportunity. Right now, there's no clear direction. We can't break over the swing high, and we're in short-term resistance. It's just better to not be hopeful, not fall into FOMO. Let's focus on other tickers, other tradable assets at the moment, and then wait to see if it can come down, measure the health within a potential higher low, measure the health before buying in. Or if it continues higher, then get ready to short. It's as simple as that. I feel like this stock can provide a lot of great opportunities soon, but just not right now. But besides that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and I'll be keeping a close eye on Bitcoin. If it continues up higher, I didn't mention this. In order for me to want to actually take an aggressive long is if we can break over. I mean, it's going to be the weekend right now. So if it does that over the weekend, I'm not going to be participating in it, at least for short-term trades. But if we break over the swing high, closing the gap to 128K, target area is very, very likely, and it can happen quick. At that point, our bigger picture swing trades, I mean, that's why I made a video previously talking about my strategy, because I want to make sure everybody understands the importance of core positions backing up, or I mean the core positions as the core of the trading strategy for the year, and we rebalance it every year, and then the short-term trading just to give it a little bit of an energy boost. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.